that button. That's a button. That's the button. Then we're going to hit that button, and we do one of these. Here we go. I think.
You are listening to the DBCJ podcast on YouTube. You can reach us at dbcjpodcast@gmail.com. Everything said on the DuBois and Crazy J podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Names, dates, and places have been changed to protect the rights of the innocent and guilty. The DuBois and Crazy J podcast encourages the safe operation of all motor vehicles while listening and enjoying our show.
That goes to you,
We
DuBois.
encourage use of Bluetooth, whether it's a headset, your earbuds, AirPods, or your vehicle's interactivity. Thank you and enjoy the show responsibly.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, no children of any age, the DBCJ podcast proudly brings to you DuBois, that's me, Crazy J, that's him,
That's me.
right here from the Cadet House.
30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. 2 minutes, 25 seconds.
All right, time to get your shit packed up.
20 seconds and counting.
Load your solid rocket boosters. Get your igniter sequence ready. We're ready to blast off to low Earth orbit
12, 11,
on the DuBois and the Crazy J
9.
podcast.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
That's right, we're lifting off, baby. Welcome to the CJ podcast here on YouTube. I am the CJ part known as Crazy J and Doobie Hoobie Yoobie.
As in DuBois.
And together we make up your Knut House attendees of the evening, the daytime, or the afternoon.
Oh, hell, where the hell I go there for a second?
And we definitely do appreciate you letting us travel politely from our pie holes to your ear holes for a fine licking like a gigolo would do, and you tell him just to leave $1 or $2 extra on the dresser when he walks out the door. Well, thanks for having us back, everybody. And this music here is it's compliments of DuBois. We're picking his brain, little round table pre-show here, and
We kind of almost planned something a little bit, maybe.
just a touch, just to see here. Let's see here.
Play the music.
Let me touch on.
Something, but nobody had no idea.
I was just
other
gonna
than-
say, let me touch on that, like, because we like taking and spinning things in our own unique methods, and yeah, I did. I tasked DuBois with walking into his formal source of income. And I'm like, dude, just rack everybody's brain real quick, bro, and see what kind of topics we could spin, and fuel for the fire, man. Don't matter if it's cherry wood or apple wood, sandwood. I don't give a shit. Throw that shit on fire. And everybody came up drawing blanks. It just goes to show most people when they're put on the spot, fucking choke. But with all due respect, if you are one of those people and you are listening now, thanks anyway. I still love you, scumbags.
What do they choke like?
Like a this.
Like a hoe on a 12-inch cock?
Look, man, you want to know why a lot of people are running around their mouths talking about their personal experiences, and they're trying to cast this like general definition of relationships and shit, and a lot of people are like, oh, dudes ain't even trying no more, and girls are like, dudes ain't shit no more. You know why? Because every dude's been to a sex toy shop, and we understand that there's no point in us even competing anymore. We don't even fucking give a fuck. Fuck it. How'd you say it the other day, DuBois? I don't need to be fucking cheated on or lied to, man. If that's what you want, I'll do it for you.
Well, we bounced them rubber things off the wall once or twice and wondered why that there ain't no 3-inch ones,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Size don't matter. How come it ain't 3? They're all bigger than 3 inches.
What? Nah, well, look, I'm not been no participant in any of them stores like crazy, but I will say that they do make some smaller things that are more designed for specific locations. And you know what? That's a topic for Dr. Ruth, I think. And that's somebody that we don't even have around anymore to ask these questions to.
Oh, come on there, Dr. J.
So, well, I'll tell you what, dude. If you need all of that,
Aren't you a urologist?
the amount of crap I've been through in my
Passed
day.
enough kidney stones, haven't you?
Yeah, I was gonna say the amount of shit that I've been through, damn near may as well be. But nah, my personal belief, if you need all of that extra, like, okay, there's a difference between being by yourself and whatever, because a lot of it's like hurry up, get it done and over with. Sometimes extreme measures are taken on both sides of the sex game, right? But like, if you're in the bedroom with like a partner and you need all that extra, something, I mean, I don't know. Like, yeah, I take things to new levels, but if that becomes the new norm, you ain't no better than a heroin addict, man, in my mind. And I mean, sex does release the same amount of fucking endorphins as heroin and shit like that, and dopamine and serotonin, yada yada yada. So like, really, can you blame anybody for fucking seeking maximum? It's like take the next biggest dose, the next bigger dose, the next biggest dick, the next tighter vagina, or whatever, you know, whatever the fuck people are into. How did this happen?
No, we don't want the biggest one.
No, we want the tightest one, or
Right,
or
so
the least used.
We ain't looking for the biggest thing. We looking for
And
the smallest thing.
isn't that ironic that girls want dudes that have experience and guys want chicks that are untouched? And it's like this weird thing. It's a evolutionary thing. It's like a primordial, primitive. Like, you can't help it, dude. You can't help
like
it.
when you go beat them over the head with the club and drag them by the hair back to your cave.
Yeah, right? Yeah, docile fucking females and shit. That's like a weird. I don't know, whatever, man. Let me be clear. I'm not going to pretend to be one of these fucking social media stars where they're all like, I know everything about relationships because I was in a good one or I was in a bad one. Or I just read a lot of social media shit, so I think I know everything there is. I will say I've been through fucked up shit and good shit, but like, I don't know. To each their own, and it's really critical that people have more. It's not about trying to seek because you know what, when people go through bullshit, dude, what's the first thing? I'll tell you what, I'll make it more personal. If I'm going through some bullshit, say I'm fighting with a girlfriend or something, right? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna call DuBoy. Why? Because I know 90% of the time he'll agree with me or support me, even if I'm wrong. Now I'm not specifically, but I'm trying to like generalize. So a lot of people will do that. They seek out people that just support their cause, right or wrong, good or bad. You go, girl. Oh yeah, fuck that bitch, dude. You're right, man. Nah, man. You need to see people that.
Better than that with me.
One more time.
I said, yeah, a lot of them do that, but you know better than that with me.
That's what I'm saying. More people need to seek out the challenging point of view, the conflicting point of view, the opposing point of view. Somebody that will look at you and be like, you know what, dude, I feel for you, but after what I just heard out of your face or what I know about whatever, yeah, you did fuck up a little bit. Those are the true people you need, man. And too many people be running and just, you know, you can't teach people shit they don't want to know, and people don't look for things that they don't want to find anymore. You like once you start going to school, you will only seek out information that you are looking for yourself, things that you want to find, not the shit you necessarily need and is good for you. Most of us, myself included, right? You know. So too many people out there just chasing these fucking rabbit holes of these self-appointed relationship therapists when we all go through shit. It's not a general broadband definition in like universal fucking coding for everybody's the same. We all go through some shit in the past and some shitty relationship. We walk into the next one, we learn something better about it and how to look at people and how to look at ourselves. And it's how you fucking grow. Not everybody's fucked up. Except my ex. But that's another day.
Another day, another 5 cents.
5 cents my ass, dude.
Another nickel for the Lucy psychiatrist.
another nickel for that fucking that anal pickle being drilled so far deep. Anal pickles, for those who are curious why that is a thing that was just said, anal pickle, analytical. So if you ever hear us say how far you want to shove the pickle up your ass, it's us getting analytical in some way, shape, or form. Here in the so I think
not your normal podcast.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So we're gonna take a little early session pause here. Pause for the cause. We come back. We're gonna spin the wheel and see which way we go. DuBoy Crazy J. It's DBCJ podcast at gmail.com. Be back in, I don't know, whenever DuBoy wants to start talking back. Peace. DuBois and his fucking wanting to do fucking porn music shit.
You telling me about your fucking risky business moment over there? That
Yeah, all right. So I guess I'll put it out. Yeah, DuBois is like, when at the round table, it's what we call it. It's when we're discussing anything that we might possibly remember to put on the show later in that day or whatever. And so I was like, DuBois, why don't you just go ahead and fucking pick a genre of music or whatever, and without hesitation, right away, right, porn music. And I'm like, seriously? And he's like, well, I'm like, nope, fuck it, you said it. So whatever. Those who are avid followers know a lot of the podcast is mobile and the office and shit like that. So needless to say, it's a little warm today where I am anyway. So I'm taking into account porn music. So I'm sitting down in the boxers, a fucking collared shirt unbuttoned, white socks, and I'm just like, and DuBois over like risky business and whatever the fuck. Fuck it, dude. That's not on video. Use your imaginations, and I mark it all for 18 plus. I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't give a fuck. And kudos, and God bless to those, and cheerio, pip pip, hip hip hooray, and all that cha-la-di-da, hickamaroo horse shit. If you're one of those fellow few humans out there that's able to successfully, actually, confidently not give a fuck, I fucking love you. I fucking love you. I don't even need to like know you, but if you know who you are, and you don't give a fuck, and ain't nobody getting hurt because of your not give a fuckness, your no give a fuckeries, your anti-fuck-withables or whatever's. DuBois, grab the wheel, man. Well, yeah, we gotta figure something out here. We actually gotta take a topic and go. Yeah.
I got to go. I'm dealing with dumbasses.
Well, isn't that fantastic?
You know, up here in Jackassville, you know.
All right, yeah, DuBois, the fucking guy on 95 over there traveling up and down.
Although here in a few minutes, I'll be able to wave in your direction.
I will say this, this is the day post Thanksgiving, and nothing for nothing. I understand a lot of modern conventional traditionalisms and all that stuff. My message here, I guess, for the moment is I just hope everybody had a good one. You know, felt good, treated each other well. Whatever your beliefs may be, and there's a lot of weird modern, you know, it was a genocidal holiday was one of the things I came across. Genocidal. All right, well.
Homicidal.
I mean, look, you go far enough back in history and culture, we've all killed and ate each other anyway, way back when, you know. That was a big thing, dude. You go to battle, you eat your fucking enemies. They would eat the brains of their fucking, like, whoever they won against, you know. So if I'm like, my army versus your army, I whoop your ass. Well, in order to show our victory, we're fucking eating your head, dude. And then we're putting the rest of you on a stick and lighting it on fire. So anybody else is going to come trotting on through there. And then I would take your skull home on like a belt or a rope.
How do you think the Vikings and all that got all them skull fucking bowls?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It was fucking trophies and rewards and shit. And you would go back to your kingdom like, look at all these motherfuckers I killed. You know, that's Vikings. You go into like voodoo tribes, they'd shrink your head and put it on a stick. Other cultures would shave the top of your dome off and shit.
On a stick.
Yeah, well, hot head on a stick. I'm just saying, like, you know, like, we should do that now, man. I don't know. It's common. I've heard it enough. It's come out of like a few different places, and I definitely support the idea that anytime any two like major world powers decide they want to declare war on one another, it's a boxing ring, and it's the presidents or the leaders of said countries.
Fuck that. Just whip your dick out on the ruler. Whoever's got the biggest one wins. Nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, no. And enough of this. Who can build the biggest skyscraper and who can fucking do this shit. That's, you know, good fucking topic. And, you know, you're hearing it from a bunch of dudes. So any ladies listening, you're going to like this. I'm sick of the world being a fucking who can piss on the highest tree contest. Or how did you say who can pee the highest on the tree? Duh, that's the way you said it the other day. Right? Yeah, who's got the biggest fucking obelisk? Or the tallest Washington Monument, or the tallest Sears Tower, Eiffel Tower, Empire State Building, Sears Tower, all of that shit.
One is in Abu Dhabi and all that shit.
Yeah, mile-high motherfucking skyscrapers swaying 6 feet side to side in the wind and shit. Why? Because it's the biggest. Shut the fuck up, dude. You know, you jerk it, it squirts out. There you go. We all make babies the same. And end of the day, it don't matter how much money you fucking
ain't
got.
always the best, and fastest ain't always the best.
Yeah, you know what it is? You know what it is?
Slowest
Money.
ain't always the
Like,
best.
back in the day, it used to be like, okay, we're like primitive shit, right? So the man's job was to be able to provide security, right? Shelter, like fucking you defend your offspring and your females and shit. This is like, we're talking cavemen, right? And you provide food and all that shit. And now the way it's viewed is money is the way to provide security. So it don't matter if you got a little dick, big dick, whatever the fuck. As long as you got a wallet, dude. As long as you got a fucking wallet, the girls will look over a lot of shit, in my opinion. A lot of shit. Because they're the safety and security of the way the modern world is. Now, that's not the same as that other guy that's able to go out there and kill a fucking bear and make a blanket and feed you for fucking 2 years and can build a cabin with his bare damn hands. Well, you know, by himself.
And hammered a nail in with his penis.
Right. Things like a fucking log. But he's, you know, he's a little scruffy, and you know, he's like fucking, he's fucking meaty dude. Well, I need a guy that drives a Porsche. How well is that Porsche gonna drive in a fucking flood? How well is your fucking dude's fucking sweet little fucking Learjet gonna fly when the sun pops off an EM field storm? It ain't nothing work right.
I seem to know some high dollar vehicle that seems to send a lot of motors down to South Florida after it rains or gets a storm. So, you know, I mean, they try.
Yeah, they try. That's the driver, though. There's air in the tires, so I could drive my car through a flood. It'll float, right? Yeah, up the fuck side down. Yo, I caught one. Here we go. I'm gonna side rail this shit real quick.
$1,000 on a car, it's supposed to be able to drive underwater, right?
Yeah, right. Yo, Tesla and shit had to come out with this new fucking fire extinguisher system for fire departments because a car fire is one thing, they said, you know, 1,000 degrees, 2,000 degrees. Tesla fires are like 5, 6, 8,000 degrees, and like
any EV car, dude.
Yeah, they burn underwater and shit, and they'll burn for weeks underwater, and then they'll keep reigniting themselves, and so they had to come out with this. It's that blanket thing that smothers shit.
Yep.
And it's, I mean, whatever, but yeah, fuck, dude.
See that foam.
But like how fast they had to come out with something, which means that there's more than enough of these fucking fires happening, and something to it where whatever the cause of it is, it's usually heat, and it's got to probably do with people and the way they drive on their cars, drain on the battery, too much juice getting sucked out of it at once, or leaving it on when they're charging it, kind of thing. Think of how hot your fucking cell phone gets when you're using it while it's charging. Think you can roast a damn marshmallow on the motherfucker. So just multiply that battery size times the size of an engine. This just gotta get hot as fuck, dude. Car fire. People be fucking roasting their turkeys in their fucking cars on the way home from Thanksgiving because they're in a hurry and they forgot to charge their fucking Tesla, so they're beating the pedal trying to get fucking kinetic momentum energy and shit so they can coast the rest of the way home, and then poof.
Tulsa.
Poof. Shit lights up on fire. All right, that just kind of cut out on me there. You are listening to the DBCJ podcast. Again, I'm Crazy J. We got DuBois over there traveling south on 95 as we speak.
You're about 3/4 of a mile. You might want to be sticking your hand in there.
I ain't sticking no hand in nowhere. I want to hear. I'm going to turn my mic up. Blast your horn, Dewey.
There's too many people going on with that shit, home close.
Yeah, I hear that shit. I hear that. But, it's all fantastic. That's just really what I think. And I don't think any of the people in the band were really truly pink. But you know what? They did bring things to the show like Frito-Lay, barbecue chips, and even the kitchen sink.
Pink, you stink. What?
World's going to hell in a handbasket. Artemis rocket went up, right? And it was this big multi-stage. They've got like crash test, for lack of better terms, crash test dummies and sensor bots they put on there. So I was catching up on this a little bit this afternoon.
Well, how can we get a job as a crash test dummy?
Well, we got the dummy part down, and we test our limits every day. We just got to crash now, but...
I need to get
all right,
paid
making
for
a
it,
late
though, not
entry.
fired for it.
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, about time, better late than never, making today's debut. Sir.
Hey, here I go, passing the TA. Hey!
No, but that Artemis rocket went up. Yeah, no.
I did hit the horn, dickhead.
It was about a week old now it went up. So what I caught, multi-stage bullshit, yada yada yada, test bots, yada yada yada. But it's setting up and establishing Moon. I don't know, like
was that what you
like-
talking about? Shit on the daylight side of the moon or the light side of the moon?
That's kind of where I'm going. There was so let me go back another day. Then there was something I caught, a guy with a telescope, and he was watching something at the moon, and it looked all fucked up, and he was freaking out. And he was like just a normal guy, like not trying to get likes and shares and nothing. He was just like, what the fuck is that? By the moon, I don't understand. And it was daytime, but you know the moons can be out during the day. So he zoomed in on it, and he was like, I don't understand what this is. And it did. It looked like one spaceship, and then a piece broke off, and it turned into another spaceship and went a different direction. But it looked like it was orbiting the moon. Well, I tried to figure it out. It was that Artemis rocket. Not the rocket Artemis, but one of the stages that Orion, I want to say, the capsule or something. And then there was I'll break it down like this. It launched, it got into low Earth orbit, then it separated, and then it used some kind of cryo-frozen something to put itself in a trajectory toward the moon. On the way to the moon,
DiMaggio's head?
Yeah, right? No, but on the way to the moon, it opened up some payload door, and it was dropping sensors, or like these little small satellites the size of like a suitcase, roughly. Right, it was dropping these
rocket turds.
Yeah, right, along the way between the Earth and the Moon, like little mile markers, if you will, right? And they said one of them, they opened a solar sail and it's on its way to some asteroid, and another one's on its way to this, and it's all these little like posts along the way, and then whatever was left made it to the Moon, went into orbit around the Moon, and then that broke up into two pieces, intentionally, like stages. And one of them started orbiting a different way as like a observation something, and then I kind of, honestly, to be fair, I faded out after that. Right.
Started watching Star Trek and fell asleep.
No, I don't really complete things. I don't watch videos to completion. I'm surprised.
Me neither.
I'm
I usually
surprised.
read the beginning of
I'm
an article
a
and the
headline
end of
guy.
an article.
Yes, yep. Book reports. I'll flip the book over. You know, I'm that guy. It's synopsis type shit. Headlines.
Book reports. That was Mom.
I will. No, I will. I did that. I did dig, and I did do a few various sources just to confirm, and it was all like legit, you know, unedited footage. I'm fanatical about the amount of
talking about Eddie,
dude. The amount of power and the amount of engineering, and you know, because engineering, what is that? It's predicting the future, which is something that I talk heavily about with enough people that know me. Like, I think all life is hellbent on prediction, and that's where addictions come from and whatever. But the amount of engineering involved to make something of that size and that much whatever, and to predict all of the shit that could be involved, not to mention the orbital shit and the space shit, and then there's they sent shit up there that they're planning on doing 3 years from now type shit, and it's just it's a good sign of human collective engineering and you know, teamwork, and like
them rovers and shit that they built that are on different planets and shit. The Mars rover, the one on the moon. That things were supposed to have died years ago.
I know.
And shit's still going and sending pictures back and shit, you know?
And they're still driving them around and shit, and the only thing they really have to worry about is the fucking the dust building up on like the solar panels and shit like that, and somehow they find ways, and it's still, and that's a testament to the technology. And nothing for nothing, it could be all under the label or the fucking title of NASA or the Chinese Space Agency, but it's multinational. You know, all of them are sharing, maybe not every idea, but they collaborate because it is a unified global benefit. Anything that gets launched into space, dude, should benefit all of the planet. You know, and there's oh, go ahead.
That shit up there just proves that stuff can run on solar power, you know? I mean, so why can't we run cars on fucking solar power?
Big difference between the amount of solar power in outer space and the amount of shit that comes to the Earth. But there is plenty of, dude, it's already been fucking put out there. It's something the size of Texas. If Texas was nothing but solar panels, that could power the whole fucking planet, as we are today.
They have paints now in these cars that fucking that are solar panels, just the paint itself.
Yeah, and like Rolls Royces and shit. Yeah.
Well, shoo! Wow, that bitch ran by real quick. Hold on, let me grab him. Fucking. I've seen a fucking thing with tattoos that now have like fucking electricity through them, dude.
I've seen UV tattoos. You're talking actual electric, like batteries and shit?
Like fucking, like it's attached somehow, like the hard lines of the tattoo, and like a little white, like electric current light runs around the fucking outside of the fucking.
And what do? Like tap two little leads to a fucking 9-volt battery and it lights up and shit?
I don't know, dude.
That's fucked up.
I kind of saw the video, but I didn't really get all into it and shit.
At that point, that ain't a tattoo anymore. I don't think that becomes minor surgery, bro. That's straight up.
Oh, dude, it was in the ink. It was something that was in the fucking ink.
That bioluminescent shit, like those jellyfish and those weird. Dude, they're injecting shit in like those Walmart fish that make them glow and shit. They found the genetic code for phosphorescence is the word.
You figure with the tattoo in the ink, all they'd have to do is put a little bit of fucking.
Is it always? Is it like
whatever?
Does it always glow, or is it like you have to activate it and shit?
I don't know. Like I said, I didn't get all into that much of the fucking video.
You know what? That's something to dig up for. Yeah, I like that though.
It was. I don't know. That was just weird. I don't know why. What we were talking about. So
I don't fucking know. You're asking. You know what that means? We're gonna break off. We're gonna do round table. When we come back, I'm gonna hit the A button. What's the A button? Everybody may be wondering. The A button is our blast off. So get your goodies ready, ladies and gentlemen. Crack some walnuts, roast some chestnuts. Just make sure they're not chin nuts, because if that is, y'all got a dick in your mouth. We'll be back, New Boy, and the Crazy J podcast here on YouTube. At like the late night hour, we do appreciate you welcoming us into your home.
If you're a truck driver and you're pulling into the south side of fucking Jacksonville,
shut up, dude. Shut up, dude. I can hit this button right now. And just
side.
There we go. DuBoy just got muted because he's trying to give away my personal locale like a fucking prick. None for nothing. Look. The people that know, and I did promise this.
30 seconds and counting.
So the people that know, they'll be able to find me if they wanted to find me. You know, and I don't have like this alternating schedule.
Oh, because you don't turn the red light on in the bunk, you ain't got nothing to worry about, sweet cheeks.
Look, baby, here on the DuBoy Crazy J Show, we always doing the red light special. So get ready. Here we go. Hey, this is in the honor of the Artemis rocket, and I wonder what they're doing. Are they preparing for sex in outer space? You know, it could be. It could be.
1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Let me lower that down a touch there. And DuBoy, you must have a window open over there. You're burning away pretty heavy, huh?
I ain't got no window.
No, you're getting all crackle poppy. You're getting close to your fucking EM barrier. That's part of our show. It's a reoccurring theme on the show. There's this barrier that DuBoy has to run through.
I was just sucking on the vape pen. I don't know if that was anything or not, but...
Well, maybe. So, here we go. I forgot to hit my button.
Yeah, I didn't hear no Sir Hackle out nowhere there.
No, he's coming. He's on the way.
Light appearance in the very beginning there, underneath everything else. I heard him a little bit.
I've been having a pretty jive day, man. So here's a general thing. All right, I kind of want to try to maybe combine two wild topics. Our political and economic system shift into that world order and more digital money, which means more control. And you notice how a lot of people are fucking sending more and more shit into space faster and faster. What the fuck do they know that we don't know?
I don't know, but Bezos ain't sent his fucking dildo up in a while.
Bullshit. He just sent up a fucking bunch of them YouTube kids, man. It's whoever's got the money to pay him. He'll send you up. He'll send you and I up if we give him.
Oh, then his shit don't go all fucking.
I think it's like $500,000, dude. And he'll send you up. And it's not even all the way up or nothing. It's like it's like that fucking. When
You don't even get to outer space.
Right. But you hit that barrier, like a Lagrange
You
point.
hit weightlessness, but you don't.
Yeah,
get
but to be fair, it's more than 99% of us would ever experience, and it is. I mean, it's rocket flight, dude. Come on, man. If it was free, I'd do it. And it's a gentle ride, because like actual science missions, like the G-forces are way heavier, and the only way he can get really away with doing that is because his way, and I'm not advocating or taking a side or not, but think about it. If he went any higher, you have to deal with the re-entry shit, like the flame and the friction from the atmosphere lights the capsule on fire and all that bullshit.
I think I'm not now. I'm not positive.
The Bezos dildo don't deal with that shit. They don't.
I'm not positive, but somehow I think his might still be classified in some sort of way as a plane because it's actually in outer space.
I remember catching something a couple years back about that, and they were talking about, well, who defines where these lines are in orbit, and it has to do with gravity points and whatever. You know what, dude? He's got a lot of explosive shit in a tube, and he lights the fuse, and he puts people on top. They go pretty fucking higher than an airplane, bro.
You can go up in a regular plane and feel zero gravity, is depending on how.
The vomit comet, they call that shit. Yeah, like for $5,000.
Up there, you get the G-forces of the ball, and you get the weightlessness is longer because of where they're at in the atmosphere.
What, on the airplane or the Bezos fucking dildo?
On Bezos's dildo. But they do have them big old planes that do that shit too, because Jackass guys do that.
Dude, a lot of like, there's music videos out there and shit, movies do that shit where they just it goes up super high and it just fucking nosedives and shit, and you float around in the tube. You're basically free falling. You just have the illusion of, and then it gradually comes back up, and you do that like 3 or 4 times. They call it the vomit comet. That's where they train the astronauts and shit.
I'd do it
just to fucking.
I'd take the fucking ride in the Thunderbird or the Blue Angels or some shit like that too.
That, I think, where they'd suck your eyes right back in your fucking head. There ain't no way in hell, dude, I'd survive that trip, man.
Oh, I'd probably black out.
That's what I'm saying.
Fucking blast, Jack.
I mean,
up until the time I black out, and from the time I become coherent again, your eyeballs open and you're halfway there before you really come back for a few seconds. So,
right.
because I know everybody's seen that one video they show with that fucking kid that takes the fucking ride like that. He's in the front.
He wanted to do it for his birthday or something, and he comes out, he's like, I'm so sorry, I threw up all over your airplane.
No, that was another one, but they got one they don't show. They just show the kid, and they show him fucking pull back. The kid's fucking smiling and shit. Also, you see his eyes start drooping.
Oh, he blacked out.
He goes out. All of a sudden, you see the eyes start coming back open and shit again for a second.
Yo, that's supposed to be... Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. You're talking about blacking out and choking out and shit. That's supposed to be like a very stimulating experience when you first pass out.
After they flatten back out again, he starts to come back to. I guess the pilot's talking to him or whatever. Then you see his eyes kind of open for a second. He's sitting there. You'll see him start to look around a little bit, and then he starts to fucking laugh and smile because he must be.
You get high.
Understanding.
You get high as no. You get high as fuck, dude. That rush, because it's the blood gets sucks out of your fucking head, dude. And then when it finally comes back and everything switches back on again, dude, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and he's finally understanding what the fucking pilot's saying to him too. You know.
Yeah, and realizing he just blacked the fuck out and he's 5 miles in the sky and shit, doing loop-de-loos and whatnot. Right. Anybody that's ever blacked out, that moment right before you black out and that moment right when you wake up is like, it's wild, dude. I ain't talking about alcohol blacking out. I'm talking about if you fainted or been choked out or G-force on a ride. Some people, on those spinny rides at amusement parks and whatnot, right?
I went out the one time at the house, fucking right by the back doors, sitting there, fucking stood up, started getting the fucking monotone and the tunnel vision and shit and the sweats, and I'm like, oh,
You get monotone?
crouch down.
I had it twice where I zonked out like that, dude, and it's a tinnitus thing. My left ear will start ringing real loud. It's almost like the stroke symptoms. My left ear rings, my left eye kind of like, I get that Forrest Whitaker look, heavy, more than just my average smokeliciousness.
I go straight up monotone like fucking Charlie Brown's fucking teacher shit. Fucking sweats and shit. Fucking next thing I know, I fucking wake up. I'm on my knees. My ass is in the house.
Oh, the
My
actual moment it
forehead-
happens, right?
My forehead and my shoulder are on the pavement outside the door of the house. My dog's looking at me like, dude, what the fuck is up with you?
I'm curious, did you have a sense that it was going to happen before you experienced the symptoms of it? You know what I mean? You know I'm a weirdo like that, dude, boy. I'm like, I try to, like, what is the human body capable of sensing in advance? Like, premonitions and shit. So do you, like, when you fall down, if anybody's ever fallen downstairs, or upstairs for that matter, you kind of, like, see it before it happens, then it happens. So did you, like, have a glimpse of the future, and then, like, you were able to brace for it in some way, or like, oh shit, here it comes, bloop, you know?
Oh no, dude! I had a raspberry on the shoulder, raspberry.
Oh,
on
you
the
got,
forehead.
yeah, you got all bonked out, huh? Wild. That's wild. I like those times where you're able to, like, kind of, like I said, get a jump on the future, and it's not that you can stop it from happening. You got to just surrender to it, but it gives you that millisecond to at least get your pinky up to catch yourself or something. You know, get your little toe out of the way. You know, to stop yourself from breaking your nose or something. You're still gonna get hit.
I remember crouching down, and then I remember waking up face first on the concrete.
And those are the ones where the first thing, man, I've been in those moments. First thing, you look around, who saw me? Fuck, how bad am I hurt? And then it's usually, I fucking deserved it for some reason. Right? What did I do to deserve that?
I called the old lady about 2 hours later, telling her and shit. You know, you know where she works and shit.
Mhm.
So
Not far,
she's
but
all-
far. It'd take a minute if she had to get home, right? Yeah.
yeah, but she's got that mama bear instinct and shit. You know,
She's
so,
already on the way home before she's hanging up the phone.
No, I tell her what happened to her about 2-3 hours later. She goes, doctor. I'm like, no.
Yeah, you did. Dr. Green Thumb. Oh, yeah.
She goes, I go, no. She goes, well, if I was there, I would have took you. I said, yeah. And she goes, well, if I was there, either that or I would have called the ambulance. You know, or she goes, if you would have called earlier, I would have called the ambulance. I'm like, exactly why I didn't call earlier.
Exactly. I think, not for nothing, I don't want to say it's a guy thing, but I think more guys are more inclined to avoid going to the doctor because, one, they don't want to hear bad news. They don't want to be told that something's wrong because it's an inferiority thing. But we're also, I think a bigger part of it is the fact that we're also aware that the doctor's just going to fucking look at our wallet and rape us, or look at our insurance and undertreat us. So we're aware of the gimmick and the business of it. So it's like, fuck it. I can just sit home and pop my knee back into place myself. Yeah, I know people that can do that. Like they got a shoulder or a finger knuckle or certain things where it's like it looks fucked up and they're like, nah, I've been doing this for years. Pop it back into place them damn selves.
My shoulder will every now and then.
My knee, it doesn't go completely out, but you hear a lot of it, Duboy, on private calls. That, and then clink, poof. Yeah, man.
My knee does the fucking, every once in a while, it'll pop fucking off to the side a little bit, and it's like, oh, yeah, okay.
It's a good thing when that happens, right?
One or two weeble wobble steps, and then I'm good to go.
That's why I think, you have a few drinks and you get those weeble wobbles out of the way, and then you get those cracks and pops. It's just fucking, you don't feel it when you have a drink. Maybe you do a little smoky, little self-induced anti-inflammatory inhalations. Innovations. Yo, my name Eddie. I'm sitting here intubating, contemplating what I'm gonna do. DuBoy Crazy J Podcast Station. What? I'm sitting here contemplating. That's what I said. DuBoy Crazy J Podcast Station. Well, what do you got? Has Bubba been in town, or is he still in Vegas? Because Eddie's been doing a lot of fucking cameo work. If you catch my drift, DuBoy.
Bubba been stroking off somewhere. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Well, you better put his ass to work, dude. He's your little minion over there and shit. We're gonna pause out.
He has been hitting the Facebook shit, so I guess he's been half-ass keeping up on that.
There you go. If you want to get a hold of us, dbcjpodcast@gmail.com, dbcjpodcast@gmail.com. We also have something on Facebook, you know, if you're one of those types. Social media, All-Stars, Instagram, I think. Setting up a variety of other different things, but I'm old dog learning new tricks, and DuBoy, that dude forgot where he buried the bone in the backyard in 1984, man. Give me a break. So you expect this motherfucker to TikTok today? He old school. We're lucky this is even happening at all. And the reason for no video, you may be asking yourself, is if you're a returning listener or a first timer, why no video? Why no video, guys? Use your fucking imaginations, man. Draw some pictures with your mind, and this is more geared toward those on road trips or that still want to run around and clean their house while this is on. You know what I mean? Like video is a distraction.
There in his boxers with his button-down shirt and his fucking light socks on.
I look like Tom Cruise, like sliding through the house and shit. Like, wee. But my nose is slightly bigger. That's all right. Remember the days of the wigger.
Beak, don't he?
The what now?
I say he got a fairly decent beak, don't he?
Well, for body, I don't know. I mean, I've never met him face to face personally. I can only judge by
I know
what
he's
those...
short as shit, right?
So the screen says, but TikTokification of the nation has shown everybody that green screenification is really easy to apply and just lie. I know he's really a pilot, right? Like
no, that's Travolta.
So is Tom Cruise, dude. He learned how to fly a helicopter. I think he actually has a pilot's license from... I think he's got it from the first Top Gun. He wanted to actually fly the fucking plane, dude. He's like, how can you...
This one.
And I know Travolta has his own, like, airport. His house, he can land his plane in his backyard, pour it up to his fucking house. Travolta.
Yeah, it's one of them one of them neighborhoods, whatever, that's got fucking... it's actually a grass fucking runway and shit. And
yeah, he could pull.
But it's the only one in Florida big enough to fucking host his planes.
That and he can like create like he's his own air traffic controller too or something. Like Travolta's got some wild, you know what I mean? He's cool about it, as far as I know. Never met any of these guys over the dinner table. I can only go what their managers allow to slip through the media streams and anything you catch on TMZ or any of that fucking tabloid shit. Well. This is kind of a show about nothing today. I dig it. We're 42 minutes. We're going to wrap this one up, and then I think we're going to do another recording after that, and maybe we'll actually follow a topic, and this one might be something, it might not, but you have been listening to, and you are now at the end of, what are they, where has this been? The Canut House? Let me show you to the door. Let me help you find your shoes. Hopefully you're not too intoxicated. Right, like you threw your keys in the bowl when you walked in, and if you feel you're sober enough to drive your cell phone, please grab your keys, tie your shoes, keep all arms, hands, and legs inside the vehicle at all times, blah, they blah. Right, not your normal podcast, right? Yes, that's right. So, yeah, a little something about something.
Little something.
Tell him, DuBoy.
Tell
Tell him, DuBoy. Tell him, DuBoy. Bye. I heard like every third word, dude. I don't know. We'll be back with another.
Little secrets.
Dude, I feel like I'm in a fucking alternate universe, man. I think this heat's getting in my head. All right, I'm gonna hit stop. Thanks for listening, DBCJ Podcast on YouTube, gmail.com, Facebook, YouTube, all that bullshit. Thank you. Have a nice day. Like, share, subscribe, listen, laugh, tell a friend, and every time you hit one of those buttons, it's like tossing a homeless dude. Bye.